I have returned. I took a little bit of a nap, but you know what? I'm back for this final game. Uh, as you can see, we're playing. It's Charlie Herren versus Jacy Smith. ISB versus QMC. So interesting matchup here. Again, this is I believe this is game 6 at this point, and this is a pair down. Uh, I believe Charlie. Let's see. So it is a pair down. If I believe Charlie Herren if he wins, he's in. So glad to see we have one last game going. So yeah, this is the last game. It's the final game of the initial round. So again, ISB versus QMC, pretty solid matchup. I think the QMC player is favored just because once he does flip and he has the ability to drain, his drones can be cancelled or modified on the 7 side as long as he's an alien there. However, as we see, the Overseer and Wedge are currently sitting at Mustafar, so it's not good for the QMC player. Charlie has 5d6 droid, Thrawn, Colonel Wolfgularn, and Poltiernum all on the Vengeance. So, but let's see what's going to happen. I want to thank everybody who is back with us today. Stepped out for a little bit. Being up at 2 o'clock to start streaming, not the most productive idea, but you know what? Hey, it's fun. Okay, so we see Jacy. He just threw out the Han chewing the Falcon, the virtual one. It's pretty good. I like that as a card. And then he just retreats over from Mustafar. Battle plan is in effect, so if Charlie wants to drain, he'll have to pay 1. I think if you're Charlie, you're okay with paying to drain. You want to start doing as much damage as you can. What's important here for the ISB is you need to take the QMC out of space, especially on Busman. If they can set up the Busman celebration or Cloud City celebration and have that going, it's going to be a little harder for you to do all the damage that you can do. Okay, but now Charlie has a chance to do some work here. So, I mean, Vader's at the castle. You would think that he's either going to go over to Cloud City and try and do some damage there. He could go over to the Endor site, being that it is a drain +2 there. So, we'll see. Looks like everybody's watching the MHT versus Mike Turner game. I'm glad to see that Charlie Arlinson, ND Gamer, realizes who Mike Turner is here. If you don't know, there's a little bit of a running joke going on that Charlie doesn't know who Mike Turner is. But yeah, this is our last game of the first weekend. Okay, Charlie's going to drop the Stalker over on Bespin. I mean, we're not going to see a battle here, but we are going to see the Vengeance move back over. Now, if Charlie can get out Tarkin, that would be really good in this situation. I know that Jacy has the Overseer. He gets an extra. He adds one. He has 2 Destiny to power, but the power's not important here. What is important is the Battle Destiny, as always. Okay, Phasma going down to the Endor clearing. I think you could have waited on that a little bit. And Sergeant Iroll coming down. I mean, it is a drain of 2 there, but you still, again, like I said, you want to have something up in space. Thrawn does give you 2 Destiny. Lieutenant Pultiritum is going to make your attrition -3, so... But, let's see what Jacy will do against those 2 Star Destroyers. It looks like he's moving all of his characters from the Vengeance over to the Stalker. I do like that move because now the Stalker can follow those 3 ships. Oh, okay, so he doesn't put Thrawn, or let's see, he leaves Colonel Wolf Yularen on the Vengeance. Interesting. So, for those who are watching, next week we will have more coverage. A lot of people, we have a lot of players who did make it into essentially what was known as Day 2. I haven't been able to check I haven't checked the standings myself for seeing who has made it, but let's see if there's anything on the forums showing who's made it. Did do all 8 giveaways today. Unfortunately, I will say this: the last person didn't claim their prize. One of the things is I asked is that anybody who does win a prize lets me know that they won the prize. I don't have it yet, so if I don't have it by towards the end of this game, I'll have another one to give away. Unfortunately, them's is the rules. So we will see. Okay, Jacy gets out Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi, as well as Lando Calrissian, so that will allow him to flip. He puts He puts Yoda down onto the Han Chewie and the Falcon. So I mean, it's going to limit the Destiny up there now. So Thrawn is not as good, but we'll probably So probably not going to see a battle here. I mean, he will outpower those 2 destroyers, but I think if you're the ISB player, you really aren't worried about that. You want to make sure that all of your characters there survive. And I want to say that Pultiritum only subtracts -2, though, now. I could be wrong. Let's see. Okay, but Jacy's all he's going to do is he drops his 4 characters, moves Lando over, and will pass turn. So, yeah, it's going to be a drain of 1 here that can't be canceled. And now he is controlling the site will allow him to use one force to cancel any drains that's on Cloud City. So the fact that Charlie went over and deployed 2 characters to the forest clearing, so that way he can get a drain of 2 going, kind of smart. But he's going to want to be able to flip here, so that way when he has to lose cards to drain, he can ditch ISB agents. Another thing you probably will want to do is get at least one ISB agent over to the forest clearing. And there it is. There's an Isard down to the forest clearing. So now that he's flipped, that's going to be a drain +1. Jacy pulls the aim high shield immediately. So that way, once he starts retrieving, he'll have to pay 1. I don't like the well, I mean, I like Isard there. That mean he does still have a lot of cards in his force pile, but he doesn't have a lot of cards left. So I think if you're Charlie, you need to do something to get some more guys onto those ships. Okay, he's going to move Vader over to the forest clearing. Interesting. So he's not going to be really worried about those drains at Cloud City. Kind of makes sense. So the replay, Twitch and YouTube. We will be able to get these onto YouTube eventually. But go ahead and look on Twitch first. Okay, Jacy's going to grab his do or do not shield, just in case. Yeah, and he'll play a Rebel Leadership to pull an Admiral or General. Let's see if Charlie decides to grab that. I think at this matchup, you really don't want to grab that. Jacy grabs the Admiral Akbar, so maybe he's got the home 1 docking, or the home 1. So if he's got the home 1, that's going to put a lot more pressure on Charlie. Okay, Jacy will activate. And he's going to take a card with the keeping the Empire out forever. Pretty good card, allowing yourself to pull a card from your force pile, any card you want. That is Han Chewie the Falcon V. So with this one, you have 2 passenger slots, so that's why you can see Yoda Keeper of the Peace. And while Yoda is there, both players can't draw more than 1 destiny, so that's really good for Jacy, and he just drops the home 1. So now, I think if you're Jacy, you have more power. You're getting 2 destiny 2 power. So Admiral Akbar isn't as necessary because Yoda's. I mean, you're not going to be able to draw an extra destiny with Akbar because of Yoda. But you're really not caring because you're getting those 2 destiny to power. Okay, Charlie's going to use I Can't Shake Him to get a Imperial of ability less than 2 onto one of his ships. See that only myself and Casey Adas, Mr. Spidey Guy, are currently streaming. I like how Casey is currently lounging in what it looks like to be his living room. So Sergeant Barrick coming down. Barrick is pretty good. The only problem is he doesn't have a biker scout there to do the drawing of destiny and subtracting. Okay, Casey did have a pack to give away. One of our packs that I've been giving away for the last 2 days. Looks like Charlie Arlinson won. So congrats over to Charlie. Charlie, if you are paying attention, please PM me your information. That way I can get those out to you. Okay. Okay, and Jacy will initiate a battle here. So, again, both sides are only getting one destiny. Charlie not realizing that Yoda's there and plays it in command to try and get a destiny, but it's not going to do anything. Jacy draws a 2 for his first destiny to power. Uses the 5d6 droid to activate a force. Draws a 4. So that's 6 more power, so he's at 37 before destinies. And Jacy draws a 4 for destiny, so he's at 41 total power. Now, again, because Lieutenant Pultierdom is there, that attrition is going to be lower than 4. So both ships are going to be immune, though. And Charlie draws a 1. Unfortunately, he has no way of canceling that, so everything's immune. But what's important is Charlie's down by 14 in power. So I think you lose at least, yeah, you lose the Colonel Wolf Yularen, and I would almost say Thrawn because Yoda's there, but yeah, I think Thrawn is probably the right one because he does have 7 forfeit. So yeah, and again, this is why space is the space right now is the important place for the battles. I don't, unless he's got a Lieutenant Pultierdom, I don't like losing Tierdom because he can save you. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can retrieve him with your objective, but Thrawn's really not doing much of anything up in space right now because of Yoda. He'll play a masterful move to take a Dejarik or Holo Theater or Holo Table into his hand. No, there are none in the deck, so he's just recycling a 6. JC doesn't have any cards in his force pile, so... And he is down by 8 in power, so I think, I mean, I hate giving up the Bestman system because it's so necessary to the game plan for the ISB player. But unfortunately, there's really nothing you can do there now because he's got the Honshu and the Falcon. He's got the Home One. With just those 2 ships themselves, you're in for a bad time for ISB. So I think what you need to do is he did the right thing in getting over to the force clearing because now that's going to be a drain of 3. And being that the Cloud City Celebration is in Charlie's or JC's deck, and it's going to be towards the bottom, so he might not activate it. I mean, that's good. And it doesn't look like Charlie is playing Masterful Move and or combo, so he's not going to be able to cancel the Cloud City Celebration. So, JC loses a Cloud City Celebration. Okay, so let's see if he's going to immediately use the Walkling, putting the Walkling at a play to get that back into his deck. I mean, if he does it here, it's going to. It might take him some time to get that card back and into the force pile so he can pull it, though. He's not going to do it. Charlie's going to pull Lieutenant or Corporal Vandalay. Corporal Vandalay would have been able to cancel and redraw that Tarkin. Unfortunately, he was in Jacy's hand. Okay. Jacy initiates a Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. Look for Force Projection. Don't think Force Projection is in this deck. So Secret Plans is out. Yeah, Secret Plans is out. Oh, that's why you couldn't do it. Yeah. You are 100% correct. I just realized that. Okay, Corporal Obrick now comes down. So with Barrack down there and Obrick, you can do it's essentially, like I said, it's a Bright Hope type of a thing where you can draw a destiny and subtract your opponent's total power and attrition by the destiny. Okay, Tarkin coming down as well. So, and Ozzel onto the Vengeance. So, he's still down by 3 in power. He can cancel one of those destinies now. It can be the power or the battle destiny. So, drops down another Colonel Wolf Yularen. Yularen can activate another additional 4. I don't see a I mean, I wouldn't battle here. I just, again, do what you're doing. If it comes down to a drain race, being that Charlie is flipped and he is doing 1 extra point of damage over at the force clearing, that favors him right now because it is a drain of 2 over on Cloud City, but right now JC's not retrieving anything. I didn't see it. I will say, yeah, I don't remember seeing AOBS. I could be wrong. Okay, so Charlie, after dropping Yularen, does not activate, but he does retrieve with the objective. He gets back that Colonel Lieutenant Poltierdum. And we move on to JC's turn. So JC going to pull a card with keeping the Empire out forever. So Charlie gets that power difference down to 1. Oh, thank you, Greg. And Ginge Girl. Okay, so using the Path of Resistance here, he moves Lando. This will allow him now to drain. And it's going to be a drains of 2 and 2. And they can't be canceled, modified, or anything. Again, QMC is pretty underrated right now in the field. Being that firepower and weapons display were both blanked. You can use like Path of Resistance and stuff like that and not have any ill effects of using cards like that. Charlie throws 2 strategic reserves away, 2 cards that unfortunately will not be useful in this battle or in this match. Deckless should be available this week. Unfortunately, I'm not the one to ask. Our tournament director, Chris Schoenthal, is the one to ask. I believe he is currently paying attention over on the MHT versus Mike Turner game. Let me ask though. Yes, Path is on top of the celebration. So Jacy didn't get that back. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a confirmation from our illustrious tournament advocate, the man with the beard. I mean, I don't mind playing the path there, but I would have at least tried to get the Cloud City celebration back. Not to worry, he's got a second one. Okay, so being that Lando and Obi-Wan are down, he had a second Cloud City celebration, so now he'll be able to start retrieving two. So he is out damaging Charlie. He is also out retrieving. Here comes Qui-Gon Jinn. Again, that would add to the drain. I think if you're Charlie, being that only Qui-Gon's there, you kind of want to drop the 5d6 droid. It does add 2 to the power of the starships, but more importantly, that 5d6 droid is pretty good at blocking or reducing drains. The other thing is, I think you might want to start spreading, maybe going out with like 1 or 2 of your ISB agents over to the 500 Republica. That way you can get a second battleground and start doing more drains there. Okay, so Chris Schoenthal just reported that Tuesday is, at the latest is when they are we will post them. So yeah, so look for the deck lists early this week. That's amazing. That's one of the benefits of playing on GEMP. The deck list will be available really early. Unlike with the, I mean, we try to get them out as quickly as possible with all of at the live events and everything. But being that if we can get them out even earlier on GEMP, that's great. So seeing a lot of these interesting deck lists. Like I remember yesterday morning seeing a EBO that ran Ancient Watering Hole and a bunch of aliens. I loved it. It was great. Silly. DDM played EBO. He played Invasion, a flip invasion. Saw a bunch of EBO. Saw a bunch of Hitco as well and Hunt Down V. But at the same time, we also saw QMCs. We saw Watcher Steps. We saw Combat. Darkside Combat. Darkside Senate from Robbie, almost getting him into next week. Legend is there. Tig was out. Bring him before me. Route Ops is still out. Profit. Didn't see any light side Senate. WAP is still out there. Saw Watto. Saw Hyperdrive. I don't remember seeing any light side combat. Again, I saw a dark side combat. Saw Diplo, OA, map. Plethora of different objectives, different decks. SSA, Shadow Collective, Hunt Down V. If I was going to play, I would play ISB in Legend or QMC. I don't have the reps with QMC, but I do like Legend a lot right now. Legend is probably the most flexible light side deck, and just watching watching players like Justin Desai and Steve Baroni play that deck and playing it well. Outside of that, I mean, I like QMC, and the version of QMC that I really like right now isn't actually this version per se. You're just using too much force to get out the home one. So I think the better version is actually with cards like the Wild Card. No, nobody's streaming Scott right now. Is Scott a playing game? Because I know Greg wanted to watch this game. But you know what? Actually, let's see if this will work. Yeah, Scott does have 3 wins, so he is also in a play-in game, a play-in your win game. Uh, there we go. Gonna steal Joe Olsen's style for a second. Oh, can't do that. Okay, so we still have the Charlie Herren game on the left. We have Scott and I believe, is this Kingery on the right? If this is Kingery, that's old. This is old school. This is old school Star. Yeah, this is Kingery. Old school Star Wars CCG. Scott has Lando and the Millennium Falcon, a card that not a lot of people see at the Tatooine system. He's got Tatooine Celebration out. Okay, he's going to use Neighbor and Leads. Neighbor and Leads will allow him to... So, over on the Scott game, he does occupy 4 battle plans, so he is going to retrieve 2 here. And he is going to drain for 1 and 1, so... Okay, and back on our game on the left, Jacy just deploys Captain Hera down. So looking over on this one, so Master Luke is currently captured over at the audience chamber. Scott isn't flipped, so I say incorrectly. He couldn't drain because you can't drain on the 0 side of profit. So he's not causing really, yeah, he's not causing any damage right now to Kingery. But him putting out Obi-Wan with Saber down to the 3rd marker is going to be able. He's going to be able to drain there for 2. Yeah, opponent may not drain at the audience chamber. You might not drain at Tatooine locations. So you can't drain at space. He can't drain on the ground. He can't drain at Hoth, though. Moving on over to after Scott gets out Maz and Obi-Wan, he will move Leia over on with Maz and pass turn. Aaron will activate everything. Over on our game on the left, Charlie is deploying characters in front of Hera, Elos Murdak, Pukamir, Luke, and Ahsoka, and he will initiate. That's 5 troopers there, so they're each power +2, so it's 32 to 19. Jacy is going to be able to draw 2 Destiny there, so But right now the power is pretty significant. Each of his one destiny is going to be -1, so that is only a 2. I think if you're Jacy, you're fine with losing Ellerus. And let's see what Jacy draws for destiny. Over on the game, our Scott and Kingery game, Herren did activate, and he requested a revert. Scott will allow it, so he activates all but 3 of his cards. But over on a game to the left, we saw that Charlie attempted to cancel and redraw the destiny that he drew. He did that. He then drew a 4 for destiny, a Death Squadron assignment, so it was reduced down to 3. Then Jacy uses Luke Skywalker's text to cancel that one, and Charlie didn't have any destiny left, so doesn't draw a destiny. Then we see Jacy draw. He draws a 0. He then cancels that with Hera and draws into 2 1s. So both players not drawing high for destiny. However, Jacy is still down by 11 in power. Okay, Charlie's going to lose Corporal Dresslin. And Jacy, again, he's down by 11 in power, so let's see what he's going to lose here. Over on our Scott and Herren game, Herren is going to use Sniper Dark Strike to fire at 3PO. He hits 3PO, and now 3PO is off the table, so there goes a gift. So yeah, Scott just mentioning. So now Herren can drain. He drains for 2 at Jabba's Palace. Scott saying that the hidden weapons that captured Master Luke pretty much won in the game for Herren, and it sucks that it happened so early on. Over on this game, Jacy decides to forfeit Luke and Elros Medak. He decides to keep Ahsoka, Pukamir, and Hera. I agree with keeping Pukamir. He's pretty important in this matchup. Scott will lose Punch It and Hera. And Herren coming down with Cad Bane. Jacy's going to place Walkling out of play, retrieving Elros Medak. I agree with the retrieve. I mean, I do agree with the retrieval. I just don't agree with it being Elros Medak. Kingery drops Cad Bane and Asajj Ventress. Don't see a lot of her. I mean, she is capable of swinging at 2 characters. I mean, she is an EPP, but I mean, she doesn't only make the characters forfeit -2. But yeah, we don't really see a lot of her. She's more of a fringe character. But I mean, it does make sense to play her in the Shadow Collective deck because you're only limited to characters that play. Characters with ability that have Black Sun, Crimson Dawn, Hut in their game tags, assassins, gangsters, bounty hunters, independent starships, which is fine because she's an assassin. She's an assassin that has 2 lightsabers. After that, Scott tries to play Antilles maneuver. It is successful, and then he just concedes. So, good job, Herren, on your win. I'm kind of sad that Scott didn't make it. I'm actually really sad Scott didn't make it. I would have loved seeing Scott making it into next Saturday. So I'm going to maximize our original game here. If there is any other game that we want to check out, let me know. And I can actually bring that one up as well. Kind of do what our boy Joe Olsen did earlier. It is on Jacy's turn. He did just retrieve. He retrieves 3. He retrieves that Luke Skywalker. He retrieves a Rebel Leadership and a Keep Your Eyes Open. And he drops down Leia in front of those troopers. Checking out some of the other games right now. Joker King playing against Dr. Torch. Joker King is Chris Hall. I don't remember who Dr. Torch is. It's a Hyperdrive V versus a Hunt Down Non-V. Brandon Beatty versus Gornal. Forget who Gornal is off the top of my head. It's a WAP versus MAP matchup. Anthony Howard playing Shadow Collective against his opponent, who's playing a Hitco. We do know that the Mike Turner versus MHT game is going on. Charlie is streaming that one. V's versus, I believe that's Vic. Vic up 35-17, and Ryan Jelson versus Adam Trunzo. Ryan playing Watch Your Step. Adam Trunzo playing a Dathomir Maul's Chamber site that starts SSA. So noticing back on our other game, Jacy just drops Leia, Padme, and Rey with lightsaber. He doesn't have anything saved though, so if you're Charlie, you want to get the heck out of there. And if he could get, he's just gonna keep everybody there. It's the end of JC's turn, so we now are on Charlie's turn. Yeah, Charlie. Unfortunately, right now, this is the problem with ISB, especially in a matchup like this. ISB just puts out way too many cards on the table. I mean, yes, he is doing 3 points of damage, but JC's getting those 3 cards back with Cloud City Celebration. So, again, this match really does come down to who can take over Bestman. And the fact that JC just has so many guys there, and it's going to take way too much. So besides the fact that he's getting so much power right there, he's getting 2 extra power with the Overseer and the Han Chewie the Falcon, and he is limiting Destiny. So there is that, but I mean he is limiting himself to Destiny, but it really doesn't matter. Okay, Agent Callus coming down in front of Obi-Wan and Lando. That would at least block that drain there. JC grabbing a card with keep the Empire out forever. Yeah, I think that's the only thing is he needs to. I would say if he could at least if he can leave Isard over there, that's still good because it is still a drain of 3. And you're at least making JC pay to retrieve, so there is that. But again, yeah, he needs to do that, or he needs to move. He needs to get rid of all of these characters over here. So that's a lot of force this one turn. Okay, there's the Lando Dobry combo. He draws 4, so he's got enough force to do whatever he wants to do. But so let's see what he's going to do. And he is going to bring that Endor crew over. So good call. Good call from Greg Shaw. I think if you're JC, though, you grab that with the Strike Force. Okay, Endor crew in front of Obi-Wan and Lando. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you draw high enough, you would have to draw a 10 to clear off both, but yeah, he should have left somebody there. I mean, he is getting 3 Destiny, though. He's got the Phasma, he's got the Trooper, and he's got Callus. So yeah, he's getting 3 Destiny. So Lando's game text might come into play here. Actually, no, he's not. His game text is not going to come into play. So yeah, I would have kept Vader there. That way, it could have still been a drain of 2. But again, I mean, Jacy is going to retrieve 3 right here. But he's not going to do any damage though, as this drain at the guest quarters. Well, actually, it is still a drain of 1. So true, Obi-Wan could leadership. He does have a 4-card hand. He did just take a card, so he's got up to 5 now. So yeah, we could see a leadership here. That is correct. So everybody who's watching, is it bad that I'm suddenly became a Denver Bronco fan? Denver's currently down by 3 on the Chiefs, and I would love to see Denver upset the Chiefs. That's besides the point. Okay, and Jacy will retrieve. He retrieves Elros Medak. I think I can handle myself, and Lobot. And there's Anakin Skywalker coming down. All to the, I believe that's the North Corridor. Yes, the North Corridor. Power 28 to 19. He's getting 2 Destiny, so looking pretty good there for Jacy. I mean, he's actually retrieving 1 as well because of Leia. There's a Trooper Assault, so those Troopers are +8. Jacy will grab that. So 27 to 28. Now, the big differences here is, 1, Jacy has Rey, so he's going to be retrieving with Rey here. Yep, he's going to retrieve with Rey. And then both of his Destinies are +1, and he has another Destiny with Padme. Now, the Padme Destiny is not really going to come into hand because unless Charlie wants to lose Min. Okay, so he draws a 4 and a 5 to hit the Stormtrooper Patrol, so the Trooper Patrol is going to be hit. And Jacy will be able to retrieve another card. Yeah, I unfortunately, I think it's looking grim for Charlie. This is just a terrible matchup for ISB. So the thing about ISB is you get out your agents, you're able to reduce your opponent's drains, you have beat squads, you can do what you need to do. It's just so hard for ISB to take the QMC player out of space. And on top of that, I mean, you're not canceling any of the Destinies or the drains. You're not reducing any of the drains. Your opponent's retrieving 3. So it's just a terrible grind matchup. But at the same time, it's just not a matchup that, unfortunately, you can really win. Okay, Jacy draws a 4 for battle, or a 5 for Battle Destiny because of Anakin Skywalker. And a 3. I think at this point you're okay with losing. I think you're okay with losing Hera. I mean, yeah, you're giving away 2 Destiny, but you're really. I mean, it's either going to come down to Hera or Ahsoka, and I think Ahsoka is a little bit better, just because ISB's Destinies tend to be on the low end. So you want to kind of just whittle. You want to keep at least only losing 1 character there. Your opponent now has to lose the 1 Trooper, and he's got to lose 7 Force on top of that, and Min. So Min, I believe, is forfeit 6. So he could lose Min and the rest of the Trooper and the 1-hit Trooper. Oh yeah, you could have lost. Yeah, you could lose Padme there too. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, Hera is a little too good in that aspect. Like, you get an extra battle destiny with any Imperial, uh, and you have a cancel and a redraw, and you get 3 power. Oh, and I want to say is what she's Destiny 3, all on a 4 cost character. That's that's really good, and I get that she is an important character in Rebels and everything, and she's a really good character in Rebels. But come on, man. But back onto this game, yeah. Jacy's now going to move his characters around. He's only going to be able to retrieve 2 this coming turn. I would actually. Oh, he only had 2 force left, so he couldn't have moved Lando and Obi-Wan to the guest quarters and then Qui-Gon to the docking bay. But I would at least move Lando over because then that drain would have been reduced. But, I mean, you're still getting a drain +1 at guest quarters. So, I mean, now it's just splitting hairs. Okay, JC's going to drain for 2. Or Charlie's going to drain for 2 at the West Gallery. There goes Luke and Hojix. I don't know. I'm just trying to look for outs for Charlie at this point, and I really just don't see any. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I just don't see any right now. I think JC's going to win this, and he's going to win this by like maybe 17. That is Casey Anus. Spidey guy. You know, I always wonder where Casey got that name from. I know, is he just like a Spider-Man fan? I mean, if anything, he should be Terp guy because he went to Maryland. That game looks like it's pretty close right now. Still, I want to say it looks like it's going to be MHT though, but again, I could be wrong. Okay, Charlie's going to move his characters now. He moves all those characters in front of Qui-Gon. I mean, it's only a drain of 1. I understand that. He's going to leave the 2 troopers in front of this death squad here. Got a private message. Oh, special. So that tells me that he has a Gick in his hand. But again, even if he has the Gick here, I mean, JC's going to retrieve 1 and then just move Qui-Gon away. I mean, he's going to be able to retrieve 2. Yeah, he drains 1 at the upper plaza. I mean, Charlie's going to be able to get that card back with his objective, but let's check out some of the other games right now. Okay, so we're down to our last 3 games outside of this one. Looks like Charlie does concede. JC won, so congrats over onto JC for your victory. Sorry about that, Charlie. Let's go into this really quick. Let's go into this Ryan Jelson versus Adam Trunzo. I believe both the players made it into next week, but let's just check on this one really quick. Again, it's a Watcher Set versus SSA match. And just in case, you know what? I'm going to have a 9th pack. I know I gave out an 8th one earlier. The player who won it hasn't gotten a hold of me yet. I'll give it out. If he does get a hold of me before I send all these out, I will send out 2 packs in addition to the other 7. So we're going to give out a pack, everybody. Okay. So it has been 25 years of Star Wars CCG. Did you see my Discord message? Yeah, Charlie, you won one. Could you just PM me your address, your information? The only reason I'm keeping everything there so that it's all like centralized. That's the easiest way for me to do it. The forums, please. So, the first person who is in the chat who can tell me in order all 25 world champions will win the last pack of the day. So if you've won a pack from me, you can't win again. If you've won a pack from somebody else, you can win again. So again, the first person to give me all 25 world championships or world champions in order will win the pack. Oh, what? No, again, has to be in order. Has to be in order. So, copying and paste will not work here. I just need the names, and it has to be in order. Had this happen yesterday. Okay, stand by. We might have an answer here. Raphael Aslan, Philip Jacy, Matt Porter, Gary Carmen, Matt Sokol, Bastian Winkelhouse, Angelo, John Chu, Brandon Shield, Drew Scott, Nate Meeker, Chu. Yep. Congrats, Joe. You firsted Lenny. So, yep, Joe wins the last pack of the day. I will say I'm going to work with the marketing team and Scott, get some more prizes for next week. I've been having fun. I love giving away stuff, so I'm going to work on giving some more stuff out next week. So, yeah, got right now, as of right now, 9 packs to give away, everybody. So, definitely has been successful in that department. Hopefully, people increase their knowledge of Star Wars and Star Wars CCG over the last day. But as you can see in our game, I believe both these players have made it into next week. So it's more of they're playing for funsies essentially. I do kind of like this build from Adam. It's interesting. Kira out now. Kira, as long as she's battling, as long as I believe she's initiating a battle or initiating a force raid, it's a ping damage. I don't see Lebo. We've seen a lot of Lebo. Oh, if okay, Jelson wins, he's in. Gotcha. So yeah, we should have been streaming this one earlier. screw the Scott game. That one we knew was over early. I'm joking. I'm joking, Scott. I'm joking. You're a great man. I love you. So Ryan is going to move the Outrider over in front of the Emperor's shuttle. Seems like a smart move. He does have ultimatum, so this drain here at Mos Eisley is only going to be a drain of 2. Actually, both drains are going to only be a drain of 2. Don't see any retrieval for Ryan, though, so those 16 cards he's got in his lost pile might be stuck there. He has put through 3 cards out of play. Okay, so he did play 2 Kessel runs. Both of them are out of play, so... Okay, we go back over to Adam's turn. Come on, Ryan. Be only the second person to get into... Or no, Gavin got in. He's from California. So, yeah, I believe Connor and Gavin are the only 2 people from California to get in. I could be wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. Well, I hope I am wrong. Okay. Ryan's going to lose Hojix and Ehlers Madak from his hand. Surprising that he just leaves Kira there. I mean, well, actually, no, she is ability 4, so... Oh, Broncos lost. I'm sad now. I'm not surprised, but I'm sad now. Okay, drains at Tatooine. Loses Wedge Antilles and BB-8. Interesting that he's gotten BB-8. I mean, I think this has to be for the map, or the map matchup. Okay, there's Erica V. Erica V will retrieve. He retrieves a Sidon. A character that we don't see a lot of, but in a build like this, you do see some of him. Okay, and Grievous coming down. Okay, Grievous is going to battle against Kira. Smart action here. You would think that Ryan would have had some sort of protection for the Kira. But, okay, there's a 6, so 12-3. Kira is... Oh, it's a 7, yeah. So this might be a little bit painful for Ryan here, unless he's got a Hojix. Didn't seem one out of play, so it could be in his lost pile, or it could also be in his hand. He draws a 5. That becomes a 4, so it's 7 to 13, down by 6. She only covers 3. So, yeah, I hope he's got the Hojix, because losing 3 here isn't good. Oh, that's right. She's +2 because of the ejector, so he just has to lose 1 here. So it's not as bad as it could have been for Ryan. Okay, and he loses talent card from his hand. So still got 8 cards in Life Force and 3 in hand, so he's working with 11. Adam also working with 11, but this is before Ryan's going to drain, and Ryan's going to drain for quite a bit here. He's going to be draining for 5 this turn. And Adam he's probably going to need it to want to get that Emperor Shuttle out of Hoth. So, I mean, it is immune, but you want to keep that on the table. That way you can drain for free. And is this the last game that's going on? Can anybody check that for me? There's still one more game going on. Oh, 3 games in total. Okay, Ryan having some connection issues. Yeah, Adam will run away with the Emperor Shuttle. He'll run in front of Luke. That is Luke Skywalker V, so, I mean, Ryan does have some retrieval still. Yes, Matt, this would be a win in your in for Ryan Jelson. Come on, Ryan. Okay, drains 2 at Hoth. Now, interesting thing is, I see that Ryan has a Cantina Brawl, a controlled tunnel vision, and a moving to attack position on the a useless gesture. So if he has it's a hit, he might be able to play that and cancel this drain at 2 at Hoth. Okay, he drains for 2 at Hoth. Adam will lose a Palpatine and a Lord Vader. Drains for 2 at the Cantina. Loses Masterful Move and Kessel. And there's a drain of 2 at Kessel. Or loses a Masterful Move in P59. Ryan initiates the drain at Kessel. There goes a Dengar and Imperial Command. Probably going to see... Yeah, we're going to see him retrieve with Luke. So let's see. Adam is doing drains of 2 and 2. That would bring Ryan down to... Interesting. That would bring Ryan down to 6 cards, I believe. Now, so... And... Okay, so he's going to initiate a battle up in space with Luke. And there's a moving to attack position. So it's going to be... Wrong card. So moving to attack position. He's a fully immune. So power 8, fully immune. Adam will shuffle up his deck. So, I mean, Adam is currently down by 6 right now. Ryan draws a 6. Maul's going to make that a 5. So that brings him up to 13. 13 to 2 in favor of Ryan. So that's the ship and the Emperor. And draws a 5 for Destiny because of Maul. So 7 to 13, down by 6. You have to lose the Emperor. I mean, it is only the Emperor, though, so Adam is going to be able to drain for free next turn. Yeah, exactly. There you go. And, yeah, Luke stays there, so... But, again, what's important is Ryan is only... Or Adam is only draining for Ryan for 4. Ryan currently has 9 cards in hand in life. That would bring him down to 5. Next turn, it looks like he can possibly drain out Adam. So Ryan's going to play Rescue in the Clouds. So this should be a win for Ryan, and so would get him into next weekend. So on to next Saturday. But again, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch. I want to actually see him until Adam says GG and concedes, or Adam's life force is reduced down to 0. I'm not going to say that it is Ryan's game. Ryan loses 2 to the drain at Mos Eisley. He loses an escape pod at Hojix. Adam still has 1 card in his hand. So we'll see what that card is. There's a drain of 2 at the 3rd marker. There goes a Rescue in the Clouds and Out of Commission combo. Adam will be able to retrieve with Erica here. Excuse me. Bringing his life. So now he's going to have 5 cards in life force. So he's got 6 cards to work with. Again, Ryan is showing drains of 2, 1, 2, and 2. So 2, 4, 6, 7. I mean, you can't move the shuttle. Oh, Adam concedes. So congrats to Ryan getting into day 2 next week. So good job, Ryan, getting in. Well played, Adam. Glad to see both players. Both players are in for next week, so congrats to both. I do know that Casey is still streaming the MHT match, so you know what? Let's go into this one. This last match right here: Map versus WAP. Still got only 2 games left, everybody. It's 11:30 on the East Coast. This has been going on all day. How about that? Over 16 hours of Star Wars CCG action. Okay, looking at the board state and everything. Gornal is flipped. And he is draining for 3 next turn. Brandon Beatty is currently draining for 2 and 2, so 4. So right now it's favoring Gornal. Just on life force and hand total. Brandon has 3 cards left. Gornal has more than 3. No, he has 17 cards left and in life. So personally, I'm glad to see some WAP being played. I love WAP. It's probably one of my favorite objectives. I don't know why, but I will say WAP was one of the objective that has played the best for me. I haven't made it really ever to a top 8 in event. The closest I've been is a top 16 myself at Texas Mini Worlds this past year. But I have done well in constellation events before, and WAP was the deck that got me there. So Gornal is going to initiate a battle here. He initiates at the throne room. He's going to fire the Jedi lightsaber at the 7th sister. Let's see. Didn't see who he swinging with. I believe that's going to be Mace. So 7th sister is hit. Brandon can fire. He's going to fire at Amidala. Amidala is defense value 6 here. So that's not going to cut it. Brandon just deciding to play this out to the very end. Giant Lightsaber is going to be swung at P59. P59 is going to be hit. Unless he draws a 0 here. Just draws enough. So yeah, P59 is going to be hit. And he's still got one more swing in this battle. Brandon, classy guy, playing this match out. Okay, and there is the Battle Destiny. Draws a 4. So 24 to 10. General Hux, that's only a 2, so cannot be canceled with the objective, but I mean, everybody's immune there. Now, Brandon's characters are, yeah, they still have their forfeit, so it doesn't take any overflow in that battle though. But again, it is going to be Brandon's turn, so he'll be able to drain for 2 and 2, and then Gornal will be able to drain him out on his next turn. So good job, Gornal, for winning this. Yeah, he can either drain him out or he can do damage with the objective. So this is definitely Gornal's victory. So going to check in really quick on Casey, see how that game is going. Not going to go into the game, just going to watch on Casey's stream. Looking at it right now, yeah, it looks like it's going to be really tight for Mike Turner. He does have Menace Fades in effect, but looks like MHT has just a plethora of guys on the field. So after this game, I'm gonna sign. We're gonna sign off. Hop into. I'll probably hop into. Oh, okay. So it looks like MHT advances. So congrats to MHT. We still have our last game going. Casey gonna come into my game. What the heck, Casey? Yeah, this game's gonna be pretty much over here too. So. Oh, okay, yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, I mean, I'm not familiar with the matchup, but I mean, it looks like Brandon just got a little unlucky. I mean, okay, Brandon's going to concede, so that's it. That is our last game, everybody. So the weekend of Worlds Day 1 is complete. Congrats to everybody who made it. Thanks to everybody who played. Big thank you for everybody who volunteered. Thank you to our tournament directors, Casey Anus, Thomas Pop, Bill Kafer, and Chris Schoenthal for all putting this all together all weekend. I want to thank each and every streamer, everybody who volunteered their time to sit in front of a camera all day and talk about Star Wars CCG. Thank you. A big thank you to Cone, Eric Hunter, Drew Lichtenstein, and Lenny Rubin for helping me out and everything. Outside of that, I want to congratulate all the winners for the packs and everything. I'll get those out as soon as I can. After that, again, Holo Theater is going to be coming to you live this Wednesday. We're going to have at least one of our players from Worlds to talk about their decks and everything, and maybe their preparation for next week. Yeah, that's all I've got. So next weekend, again, we're going to have everybody who made it to day 2 on Saturday, and then Sunday is it. The top 8. Worlds. The 25th anniversary. How much bigger is that? 25 years of Star Wars CCG, people. What a better way to do it than celebrate and crown a possible new champion, because Bastion is still alive. Will he go for the three-peat? Well, he's going for the three-peat. Will he be successful? Will it be Justin Desai earning his 3-time champ world title? Will it be, or will it be like Matt Sokol, who also is playing for. He's playing for his second win. That would be a great story. Matt being one of the second USA player to win Worlds, winning his second, and or will it be somebody new? Will it be a player who hasn't played? Will it be Fernando from the Heat 3? Holy crap, people. If you hadn't watched him play, he played like a veteran, and this is his first event, and he made it into the top cut in the next Saturday. So congrats to Fernando. Congrats to everybody who played, and I will see everybody later. Take care. Good night.